Welcome to Harmony and Improvisation with Doub Pearce, a podcast dedicated to helping musicians of all levels to play better music. Thanks for listening with us through these first lessons in the language of music. We are sure you'll love what's coming next. Visit us at harmonyimprov.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. Partner with us at patreon.com/harmonyimprov. Welcome once again to Harmony and Improvisation. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back, everybody. If I didn't scare you away on the last lesson, then good. That's good. I did make the mistake of forgetting to push the record button, but I didn't make that same mistake this time. Going through it twice leaves me with no idea as to what I told you in the last lesson, but I hope it was helpful and not too confusing. This lesson, what we're going to do is I've got these cheesy little tracks prepared, and I'm going to play these tracks. There will be 14 of them. I'm going to go through them from the perspective number 1, 7 sets of chord. They're kind of chord changes, and what you'll hear is a lot of the 4/5 of the parent scale. So in this case, C major. So you're going to hear a lot of F and Gs. F and Gs, that's nice. Okay, so you're going to hear a lot of Fs and Gs, and then I'm going to play the C major note set over each one, focusing on the note of the modal sound. For instance, D minor Dorian, I'm going to focus on that D or F or A or whatever, but I'm going to try to center the sound, the tonal center of a D, but with a C major note set, right? Same thing with all the other modes that are determined by a C major note set. But then we're going to jump to the same kind of cheesy tracks that I've got, but we're going to start each modal sound on a C. So like last time, we're going to go from, your note set's going to change every time. The first one, of course, will be C major, but when we go to C Dorian, your note set is going to be B flat major. And when we go to C Phrygian, your note set is going to be A flat major. And when we go to C Lydian, your note set is going to be G major. And when we go to C Mixolydian, your note set is going to be F major. When we go to C Aeolian, your note set is going to be E flat major. And when we go to C Locrian, your note set is going to be D flat major. I will go over those I've got believe it or not, I've got an iPod that is about a bazillion years old and falling apart, but I'm going to try to play these tracks off of it and record while, play the note set with the tracks. We'll give it a wing here. So I'm going to talk a little bit and explain each one. C Ionian, don't need to explain it. C major, right? This sounds goofy. Again, my tracks are stupid sounding, but they contain that 4 and 5 mentality that I was telling you about in the intro to modes, so that you're hearing a lot of the 4 and 5. And if that confuses you, I apologize, but it will help you in the future, I think. So here's C major. Singing along or playing along so you can get that sound, if I can stay in the right key. Okay, so there's C Ionian. Now we're going to look for C Dorian, if I can find it in here. No, we're going to look for D Dorian, because we want to be in the right... hello. D Dorian. Okay, so now we're going to be in the same note set but playing over a D minor chord.
Now we will go to E Phrygian, and this is E minor Phrygian.
Same note set. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
Minor Phrygian.
This will be F Lydian. Same note set, right? F Lydian is the 4 chord of C major. Now, you may have heard a C as the tonic of that, but we want to hear an F as the tonic of that. I think that one really needs a C bass note underneath it to help you really hear that C. Wrong. I'm thinking in the wrong key. F. You bet that really needs an F bass note in the bottom for you to hear. Because what you're hearing in the changes is F to G. Right? So I don't know. Probably should have played a little bit different, maybe a more melodic and pretty version of because that FG does want to pull you back to that C, and so my ear even pulls back to the C note, but we want it to sound like landing on the F.
Okay, now we're going to go to G Mixolydian.
And remember, this is that 7 chord. It's a 7 chord. It's the 5 chord. Good grief. 5 chord of the key of C, G7, but it's a 7 chord. So it has that tendency to pull back to the 1 chord too, the 1 chord as well. But remember, in a blues thing, I'm not going to play the blues. I'm going to play the Mixolydian note set, the G7 Mixolydian note set. But it stands on its own, right? Even with G Mixolydian, it stands on its own if you're thinking of it as the 1 chord of a blues tune.
So let's give that a try. Lydian. Let us go to A Aeolian. I'm going to mess up here, I'm quite sure, because I'm going to swap my thinking into the wrong set of notes. Hey, maybe I don't have Aeolian in here. I thought I did. Could have sworn. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's nice. I got my rhythm track offset. I'll fix that.
That was painful. Let's go to B, Locrian.
Again, gosh, I will fix that, and I will do my best to cut new audio into that little section when I export this thing, which means right now you're hearing it probably way better than I'm hearing it.
B, Locrian.
B Locrian is the 7 of C, so we're still in C major note set. Thankfully, that was better. Okay, so that's 7 modes with my cheesy tracks, playing one note set over 7 types of chords, and realizing that they all work. And we hear this music all the time. Now let's move on. I'm going to crank through the next. We're going to do C chords
Of each of those types of chords. So you're going to get to hear me blather through
C chords in 7 different keyed note sets.
Let's go back to C major just to reset our ears.
And think, what key center is C Dorian? C is the minor chord that's the 2 of B flat, B flat, C, B flat, C. So we're in a B flat major note set. B flat major note set. C minor Dorian, B flat major note set.
C minor Phrygian.
Think, C minor Phrygian. What is C minor the 3 chord of? A flat major. So what we're going to do is we're going to play an A flat major note set over that C minor, and that's going to give you that Phrygian sound. C minor Phrygian, Spanish Phrygian, but that's the minor version, not the major version. Let's do C Lydian. Do I have it? Oh. Yeah, C Lydian. What is C Lydian? C major 7, the 4 chord of, because Lydian is the 4th mode. C Lydian, 4. G major. So now, over the C Lydian sound, which again is, this track is not going to illustrate that Lydian sound, because Lydian is a beautiful, I think I heard Gary Burton talk about Lydian as the prettiest mode. What I'm playing here is not going to make it sound all that pretty, but it is an indication of how I think about these modal sounds. So C Lydian is the 4 chord of G major, and that's the parent scale we're going to be using. Ready? Again, the chordal changes you're hearing there. You're hearing the 4/5 emphasized in that groove of G major, the note set that I'm playing in. So you're hearing a lot of C to D, C to D, C to D, and that really is that Lydian sound, that pretty Lydian sound. All right, Lydian. We're going to go to Mixolydian. What is C7? What is C7 the 5 chord of? F major. C, B flat, A, G, F. C7, C Mixolydian, F major note set. C Aeolian. Let's see if I can find it in here. C Aeolian. C Aeolian is the 6th chord, because Aeolian is the 6th mode. C Aeolian is the 6th chord of E flat major. In tune. So E flat major is the note set, And E flat major, the 4 to 5 chord, are A flat to B flat, which you're going to hear a lot of, but over that chord. All right, once again, C Aeolian, E flat major, 4 chord, A flat, 5 chord, B flat. That's the kind of sound you're going to hear. Okay, C Aeolian. C Locrian, last one. Let's see if we can find it. Nope. C Locrian. C Locrian is the 7 chord. C minor 7 flat 5 is the 7 chord of what key? D flat major. So D flat major is going to be our note set, and we can even go G flat to A flat if we want to. Okay, that's the sound. D flat major. Maybe. That's the wrong one. That's Ionian, dummy. That's the wrong one. Okay. We'll try this again. Knew that was wrong. Granted, that's a funky sounding one, but yeah, you know, it's just to help your ears hear what it sounds like. It's not it's not meant to be a commentary on whether it's good or bad. All right, that's the end of that. The next few podcasts, 7, I would assume, maybe only 6 because we covered C so much. But yeah, so let's say 6 or 7 podcasts are going to be all about a little bit more giving you space to hear these things, and a little bit more of me explaining what they sound like, but in a different key. It's going to be D major this time, okay? If you want to get a little ahead, go look at that.